Hi there everybody and welcome along to the Big Quiz Night In. Tonight it is episode 45 and I'm very excited as always to bring you another quiz night, a free virtual pub quiz night right here on Facebook. We'll be waiting now for the live viewers to join us, so if you are watching a repeat of this, feel free to skip ahead about 10 minutes or so while we start at about 8 o'clock normally, but we're live a little bit before that right now. So yeah, once you are here, we'll see who's in the comments and we'll start the conversation going before we begin our first round of the evening. Unfortunately, Facebook have done their usual thing and made it very difficult for me to get the frames up. It's not working again, so we are just live without the frames tonight, I'm afraid. But that's fine. I can explain to you what the quiz rounds are and give you all the exciting information I have to share with you tonight in due course. So the first thing I like to do, as always, is share the link out there. So whilst we wait for the people to join us live, and hello to everybody that's watching live now, I'm going to be sharing that link out there. So let me just go ahead now and start sharing that link, and we shall get everybody into the comments and start the conversation. Hope you're all doing well. Let me know how you're doing, and let's get this link out there, shall we? And if you're watching right now, waiting to start the quiz, please do share the link as well. That would be much appreciated. So let's do that now. Got a few good exciting things to talk about. Abby's going to be here with a question soon as well to kick things off, my daughter, like she normally does. And then we're going to be talking about some special announcements. We're going to be discovering if Tracy is the winner of our Play Your Cards Right game. She's the only one left standing, so it's going to be very exciting to see if she's won the prize of her very own little quiz. And normally you would win a spot in the Top Fan Facebook group as well if you win that game. I believe she's already in it. But the little quiz, no doubt, is a good prize too. So yeah, we'll be talking about that soon. And we'll also be talking about any future lockdowns and what that means for my live shows, because there's some quiz nights I do at the pub still, of course, and that's where they came from. But if we go into another lockdown, even for a couple of weeks, it might change how we do live shows and what we do in that kind of interim period. So we'll see. Do get in the comments and start the conversation, guys, because we'll be starting the quiz in about 8 minutes' time. I'm just going to share that link out now. Here we go. Right. Let's share that one. And another one. Got a lovely gift today as well. I don't know if you've seen that on the page. I shared it earlier on across all my social media. You can follow me at Twitter and Instagram at Big Quiz Night In. I've got a lovely gift of some sweet treats, courtesy of half a dozen. So huge thank you to them for providing that for me and the family to share, which we have lovingly scoffed earlier on this evening before coming onto the show and hosting this one for you. That was absolutely delicious. So yes, we're all very grateful of that. And I'm sure we'll be talking to Team Half a Dozen who sent that to us very soon. I know some of them should be joining in a bit. If they're not here already, I'll find out once I'm in the comments, which I should be right about now. So yeah, hello to everybody. Get in the comments. Let's see who we got joining us tonight. I am really disappointed I can't bring the Facebook frames to you tonight because I had a really nice one planned. Which is part of the big exciting news I had to share with you all. Good evening to James. Welcome and congratulations, because I can see that Top Fan badge. Now you've commented, James, for the first time. It's been a long time coming, but James Bailey, you are finally in the Top Fan group, and there is your shiny Top Fan logo above your name right now. So yeah, very exciting times all round in all things Big Quiz Night In. James has been trying to get that Top Fan badge for a long time, and he's finally got it, and that means he's in the exclusive Big Quiz Night In Top Fan group. It was all worthwhile, wasn't it, James? All the effort, all the shares, all the likes, all the comments has paid off at last. So yeah, who else we got watching tonight? As the numbers go up, I would like to see who we got watching. Get in the comments and let me know. First time in a long time for me. I don't have a cheeky tipple right now. I don't have some wine. I don't have any beer. I mean, we have got wine and drink in the house, but we're not having any tonight. So I am being good and just having some water. Yes, here we go. Here's Vernia. She says, it was nothing compared to all the fun and joy that you and your family have given us. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, we very much enjoyed those cakes and shortbreads and brownies, and there was all sorts in there. Have a look on my, well, I've shared it on the Facebook page as well. as Twitter and on Instagram. Really lovely stuff there. I was not expecting that at all. That was very good of you. Hi to Jenny of Team Bath. Jenny was so keen on doing the quiz the other day. She thought I was Facebook Live on Sunday night, which I unfortunately wasn't, for those of you who wanted to join in. But no, I do share about the quiz when I'm at the pub as well as being live like I am here. But that's something we'll talk about, as I said earlier on. We'll talk about that tonight as well. James says, yeah, baby, about bleeding time, because he finally got in the group. Several months later, Roz says, I'm still waiting. Yes, Roz paid her way in by joining my Patreon, and she's in the Top Fan group, but she still hasn't got the Top Fan badge. I mean, in fairness, Roz, it's been a while since you... I don't know, you've done a few likes... I don't know, James is the only new one that's been given the Top Fan badge, and it didn't happen when you were going through that spate you went through of liking and sharing everything, but it finally happened for James, so maybe things have changed. Maybe if you start liking and sharing and doing more of that now, it will happen this time. Andy's here. Hi there, Andy. How you doing, mate? He says hi to everybody as well. That's cool. 5 minutes to go before we start. The first round of the evening, in case you missed it, was Potluck, which is kind of one of our usual rounds we kick off with. That's going to feature a Patreon requested question from Gabriella tonight. And then we've got a pop music trivia round, which is requested from another Patreon, which is Andy. And then we're going to do Family Fortunes at the end of the evening. And I've got, in the build-up to Halloween, of course, the picture round I'm going to share, once the live feed is finished tonight, is a Celebrity Zombies picture round. It's particularly tough. Some of them are. But, yeah, all you have to do is work out which celebrity has been zombified in each picture. So it's quite fun. But, yeah, some of them are really tough. Tracy says, hi everyone, dying to find out if I've won Play Your Cards Right. I bet you are. Yes, I'm going to make you wait. We will tell you on the show. I will tell you the outcome of that. And I'll share the final picture with everybody afterwards as well. Or maybe I'll share that tomorrow morning just to confirm things. But I wanted to be able to announce it on tonight's show, whether or not you've won or not. Higher or lower than a 9 was the final call. She's got every single one right. You managed to eliminate everybody with the 10 because you went higher than the 10 and it was a jack. Everybody else said lower and immediately got themselves eliminated. But well done to Tracy so far. She's only got this last decision to see if she's got correct, and then she's won herself a little quiz, which I'll record via Limor, social audio if you're not familiar. Download that app and follow me on Big Quiz Night In there as well. Season 4 I'll be starting on November 1st. So... James Nag is here of Keep Calm and Listen In. He says, be with you shortly. Thank you for stopping by, mate. I hope you're all ready to enjoy the quiz. And yeah, Potluck is round number 1. 3 minutes to go, guys. 3 minutes to go till 8 o'clock start time. And I'm very much looking forward to sharing with you some exciting news. Now, I'm just wondering if there's any way I can post it in the comments as well, but I don't think I can. James says, I struggle to get Play Your Cards Right to work for me with the liking aspect. I know, yeah. Well, I don't know why. I don't know why, because everybody has the same emoji reactions. I think sometimes the care emoji doesn't always appear for people, but I chose ha emoji for voting higher, and the love emoji reaction for voting lower. So I don't know why you would be struggling. What was the problem there, James? Let me know. Because I noticed, I think you said wow for the first reaction, which obviously wasn't one of the ones I chose, but I don't know why there would be a problem with it. Maybe I need to change how that works in future if some devices can't work in that way. I don't know. Have you been feeding your yeard? It's massive. It's got a lot bigger, hasn't it? Yeah, it's going well. Started growing, if you don't know this, I started growing this on January 1st, clean shaven. Have I been feeding it? No, I do have product for it, but it's not Miracle Grow or anything like that. No, just beard oil and occasionally beard balm. Diva's here. Hi there, Diva. You're going to be, no doubt, very excited to hear the news I have for you, Diva. Well, the news for everybody, really. But Diva, I know, is one in particular who might be interested with what I've got to say tonight. And I'm so sorry I can't put it on the frames. I had it all lined up all ready to go. and it's still not there. Facebook is really playing up at the minute. It can't just be for me. There's loads of people I've seen complaining about it online. The frames aren't there. You can just choose the default ones. You can't choose ones that you've created. It's very, very frustrating. So, who else have we got joining us this evening? It can't be everybody. I know we've got more numbers than we have comments here. But yeah, be excited, Diva. Junior's here. She says, hi, everybody. Another one of half a dozen who bought me those lovely sweet treats that I honestly shared with all the family. I didn't scoff them all myself, I promise. I don't think Abby and any of them would be too happy if I did. So no, I definitely shared them, and thank you again for them. It was delicious, and I tagged the company that made them in the comments. They're local to where we are. I've noticed, and so yeah. We got 1 minute to go. It's almost 8 o'clock. Abby is very excited. Today's question from Abby, I'll start talking about it now, is related to subjects she's learning at school. It is now 8 o'clock, so Abby can come in whenever she's ready. But the subject for her question, to kick everything off this evening, is about Romans and Roman gods and goddesses. Here she is, everybody. Hello from chilly Blackpool, says Chris. Welcome to the Blackpool Bar Stewards. Glad you could join us just in time. So we're going to do Abby's question first, and then we'll see how we go. I might wait until after the first round to tell Tracy if she's won Play Your Cards Right. What do we reckon? Tracy says hi. Diva says hi. Right, so what you need to do for this one is, and only for this question, for those who are new, all you need to do is put in the comments what you think the answer is. Abby will give you 3 choices, so guess which one you think is correct in the comments, all right? So here's a question, and this is all based off of and inspired from a subject she's learning about at school at the moment. So here we go. There you go, Abby.
Which goddess is the Roman goddess of hunting? Is it A, Juno, B, Venus, or C, Diana?
There we go. I'll put it in the comments as well, because I know some of you will have seen that. There's Abby's question in the comments as well. Do you want to say it again for everybody?
Yep. Which goddess is the Roman goddess of hunting? Is it A, Juno, B, Venus, or D, Diana?
So, which goddess is the Roman goddess of hunting? A, Juno, B, Venus, C, Diana. You can put A, B, or C in the comments, or the name itself, depending on what's easiest for you. Let's see what people say and who has got the answer the fastest. But before we do that, got a couple more comments have come in. Andy says, thought I'd have a nap after work before the quiz, set the alarm for 7:50, woke up, no alarm, jumped up, saw the clock, said past, and I thought it was 8:30. Came to log in, nothing. I was stressed as I thought I've missed my round, only to discover it was 7:30. And relax. Oh, I'm so pleased you were so frantic and urgent to get online, Andy. I'm glad you made it in time. Yeah, Tracy says I'm cruel for making her wait. We'll see. Jenny says hi, Abby. Vernia says hi to Abby as well. Lovely. And Martin says good evening all. Half of Let's Get Quizzical here. Nicola is on FaceTime. Well, now is not the time for FaceTime. No way. Tell her to hurry up. Right, so look, here's some of the answers coming in. So Diva's gone with C. Tracy's also gone with Diana. C. James has said Diana. Jenny said Diana. Vernia said Diana. Goodness me, everybody so far has guessed Diana. And it looks like that's it for now. So, who was first and are they correct?
Diva.
Diva said it first. It is C, Diana. Well done. Give yourself a bonus point. But well done, yeah. Everybody guessed Diana. They all got it right. I thought that was quite a tricky question. Yeah. But everybody got it right.
Maybe next time I should do Greek gods.
Diva also says, I like your t-shirt, Abby. Yes, Queens of the Stone Age t-shirt. I don't know how well she knows the songs, but it used to be Mummy's and now it's hers. So, yeah, she loves it. And yes, well done, Diva. You've got it right. Excellent stuff. Right, well, we can move on then, I think. Thank you very much for that, Abby. That was a great question, I thought. Well done. And Mwah. I will. I'll see you later. You got to go to bed now, yeah?
Yay.
Diva says yay. Okay, everybody. So potluck is round number 1. Say bye. Everybody say bye, Abby. Bye bye, Abby. And so, potluck will be round number 1, guys. So if in case you are new to watching this, then with the quiz rounds proper that we're starting now, you just need to keep a note of the answers for each question. There are 15 questions in each quiz round, and you just make a note of them yourself. And then at the end of each quiz round, I can do any repeats of questions you may like. Following on from that, we'll go through the answers and you can mark your own, and then you put your scores in the comments along with any fun pub quiz team name if indeed you have one, or just bung the score in, or don't bother at all and just watch along and play along at home and just enjoy yourselves. And you don't have to go in the comments if you don't want to, but we do like it when people get in the comments because there's a real community that has grown around this since the pandemic started. And yeah, thank you for all your lovely comments. Of course, I'll pass them on to Abby as always. So I think, let's put Tracy out of her misery. I'll tell you what, let's tell Tracy whether or not she has won this Play Your Cards Right game. It's been running for the last 5 days, higher or lower, for 5 correct decisions in a row. If you do that, you get yourself a little quiz recorded for you throughout season 4, which starts on November 1st. We're going to put her out of her misery. Was it higher or lower than a 9? That was the last picture I shared. And Tracy went lower. She thought she'd play the odds, go lower than a 9. She was praying it wasn't higher, and I won't delay it anymore. Tracy, you are a winner. The next card was an 8. Very well done. Everybody give lots of love, and yeah, she has won. She has. I wouldn't have said it on the live show if she wasn't a winner, really. I'll share the picture either tomorrow or maybe later tonight if I can to prove it. But well done, Tracy. Yes, you were the last person standing, and you are also therefore the winner because you correctly guessed 5 correct decisions in a row. Give all the love and all those good reactions, all the emoji reactions, please, in the comments for Tracy for being the only winner of this round of Play Your Cards Right. I will do it again. It will come back at some point for sure, maybe sooner rather than later. So do keep an eye out for that on the main page. Well done to Tracy. She did indeed win. And we've got Amy from Phoenix sneaking in just as the quiz starts. Welcome along. Great timing. Great timing. Okay, with that, we will start the first round now. I'll stop waffling on, and I will tell you my exciting news on top of that lovely victory for Tracy after the first round. So, making note of your answers, here we go with question number 1. Which 2 colours are on the national flag of Sweden? For 2 points in your potluck round, question number 1, which 2 colours are on the national flag of Sweden? Some lovely congratulations messages there for you, Tracy. Martin says, yay for Tracy from Nicola and Tom via FaceTime. Yay, yay, and double yay. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we're very happy for her. So, that's question number 1. Which 2 colours are on the national flag of Sweden? Question number 2. Which animals gather collectively in a mob? Is it lemmings, kangaroos, or mice? Which animals gather collectively in a mob? Is it lemmings, kangaroos, or mice? Choose one. Lemmings, kangaroos, or mice? Woohoo, that was a close one, she says. Yeah, it certainly was. Question number 3 now. Question 3. Which 2 words combine to create the new word manwich? Which 2 words combine to create the new word manwich? For 2 points. 1 point for each correct answer, as per usual. And as you think about that one, a reminder to you all that Secret Santa 365 is the nominated charity for Big Quiz Night In. If you do have a few extra pennies and you could throw them that way, their way, it would be much appreciated by them, I'm sure. We've been supporting them since the pandemic started. So if you want to have a look at that link once the quiz is finished, if you haven't seen them already, and check out all the good stuff they're doing, especially with the run up to Christmas. Question number 4 now. Question 4. Now, this is your Patreon question. If you are registered at the Top Fan Plus level, which is, I think it's a £5 a month. If you're registered at that level, then every month you can have your very own question in the quiz. You could either write the question yourself, or you could give me a subject and I'll write the question for you. And today's question comes from Gabriella. She's asked me to do a question on Henry VIII, or, well, Tudors, but Henry VIII in particular. So I've written this question, so she doesn't know what's coming other than it's about that subject. So I hope you like this one. Henry VIII was laid to rest next to which of his 6 wives, who was also the only one to be given a queen's funeral? Henry VIII was laid to rest next to which of his 6 wives, who was also the only one to be given a queen's funeral? There is your Patreon sponsored question. Thank you very much, Gabriella, for being a patron. Much, much appreciated. How am I spelling Manwich, or witch of Manwich? James says. It's like that. M-A-N-W-I-C-H. Manwich. It's interesting you asking that question. It means, or it says to me, that you've never heard of the phrase before, Manwich. Interesting. All right. Question number, where are we now? Question number 5. Which American state is nicknamed the Lone Star State? Oh, Gabriella says, excellent question. Thank you. Yeah, I actually didn't know that. And I was doing my research, as I always do for these specialist kind of questions and subjects. And I discovered that, and I was like, ooh, that's quite interesting. Not done a question like that before. And I didn't know that either. So there you go. Every day's a school day. Question 5 again. Which American state is nicknamed the Lone Star State? Do we need to know her name or just her number? I think you need to know her name, but shall we be kind? I don't normally do half points, but I think if you get the number correct, then you can give yourself a half point. I don't do half points in the pub anymore. I haven't done for years, because it just got ridiculous. But since you're marking your own, you can give yourself a half a point if you know the number of wife she was to Henry VIII. All right, since you asked, Amy, you can have a half point if you're not sure. Of course, if you do know the name and you're going to guess the name, you get a point for that. Don't give yourself a point and a half if you get both those correct. That's not how it works. If you know the name, you know the name. Right, question number 6 now. Question 6. Which member of the Beatles was barefoot on the Abbey Road cover? Which member of the Beatles was barefoot on the Abbey Road cover? I could give you multiple choice, but you should probably know who the Beatles are, so I won't. Yeah, I tried all sorts to get the Facebook frames working tonight. There are now 3 different apps you can use to go onto Facebook Live. And it used to be that on the 2 I used to use, one would work and one wouldn't work. And I'd always have a juggling app between the 2 to see which one would work that night. Now there's 3 different apps. Oh, I'll go into that in a minute, just to waffle on between questions. Question number 7. For 3 points, put these NASA space projects into the correct order with the earliest manned space flight first. Apollo, Mercury, Gemini. Put these NASA space projects into the correct order with the earliest manned spaceflight first. Apollo, Mercury, Gemini. Are you not on the beer tonight, Chris? No, I've run out of beer. And we talked briefly about having a bottle of wine tonight, because we did have some wine in. And I didn't have time. I've had such a busy day with work today. I've been in meetings pretty much non-stop, very little break in between today. So I didn't have any time to go out to the shop either and get any beers in. And yeah, then before you know it, we were having dinner and getting my youngest off to bed and preparing to come here. So no, I'm on the water at the minute. Might have a little tipple or something before bed, maybe. Oh, it's a rare thing though for me, isn't it, on the pub quiz night? Amy says I was reciting the rhyme and figured that might help. Yeah, it would help, absolutely. So yeah, you can have half a point if you get the number right. Surely knowing the number is harder than the name, James says. I guess that depends on how you remember it. I know, Amy, run out of beer. I know. It's yeah. It's my fault because we had one bottle left of beer 52 and I was going to save it for tonight, but then Chrissy was having a bit of a tough time and I thought, no, while I'm out working on Sunday night, having a beer at the actual pub, hosting the actual in-life pub quiz, I'd messaged her to say that she could have the last beer. So that's now it's all gone. And I didn't have time to go to the shop. I'll make up for it. Don't worry. Tracy said, I think we might do dry November to calm down the alcohol consumption in the run-up to Christmas. Yeah, well, good luck with that. Good luck with that. I used to do January, dry January, but no, not for a long time now. Too much stress. Right, where was I? Question number 8. Okay, this one's 2 points for the nearest team. The new Wembley Stadium is opened, a smoking ban comes into effect in the UK, and the Simpsons movie is released. Name the year it all happened. All of those things happened in the same year. 2 points if you are exactly right. Oh, that's how we work on these, isn't it? 2 points if you're exactly right. 1 point if you're a year either side of the correct answer. All right, we'll do it that way. In the pub, we do 2 points to the nearest team because obviously I get to see all the answers. But for you, 2 points if you get it exactly right. 1 point if you're either side of the correct answer. Name the year the new Wembley Stadium opened in London, a smoking ban came into effect in the UK, and the Simpsons movie was released. It all happened in the same year. Name it for 1 point. For 2 points if you get it exactly right. James is here. James is in the room. Guys, if you are not tuning in to keep calm and listen in, you are missing out. Download the Mixcloud app. It's totally free. Follow Keep Calm and Listen In, and then whenever you're ready to listen to them, because they're all pre-recorded or are uploaded after they're live, you can just sit and listen to some great songs whenever you want. And it's always a surprise as to what you can expect to hear every show. It's so much more interesting than just putting my usual songs on Spotify on repeat or whatever, or on random. It's like, yeah, but I know what's going to come next. Even if it's on random, I know all the songs. But yeah, do check it out. Mixcloud app. No Facebook police on the Mixcloud app, I tell you, it's brilliant. Okay, question number 9. Question 9. Madonna, Beyonce and Charlotte Church had hit singles with which crazy songs in the UK pop charts? And I'm sure elsewhere. But Madonna, Beyonce and Charlotte Church had hit singles with which crazy songs in the UK pop charts? 1 point for each. So by that I mean, you know, the song had crazy in its title, but what's the full title of each of those songs? Yeah, going back to the apps to use Facebook frames that I normally try and bring onto the show to advertise everything and to show what this is all about. There's the main Facebook app, which you're all probably watching this on. There's the Business Suite Facebook app if you run your own business page. Then there's the Creator Studio app for doing all the creation relating stuff that you can do. And you can go Facebook Live on all 3 of those, and none of them allow you to choose your own created Facebook frame. So I'm quite frustrated with Facebook again. Quite frustrated. Yeah, James has shared the link. There you go, guys. Go back to that in your own time, please, and follow James on Mixcloud. It's fantastic stuff. It's got a school disco coming up as well for Halloween, which will be a nice one to listen to with the kids. Okay, question number 10. Which first name did Boris Johnson give to his new son? Which first name did Boris Johnson give to his new son? We've got one of our usual science questions coming up next. But yes, which first name did Boris Johnson give to his son for question 10? Okay, Question 11 then is for 5 points. The chemical symbols of which five elements, I should have updated that, which 5 elements spell the word oranges when placed next to each other? The chemical symbols of which 5 elements spell the word oranges when placed next to each other? 1 point for each correct chemical symbol. The chemical symbols of, well, chemicals I should say, the chemical symbols of which 5 elements spell oranges when placed next to each other? Okay. Question number 12. Remember, at the end of the round, I'll do any repeats, guys. Question 12. What fruit do you get when you cross a raspberry with an American blackberry? What fruit do you get when you cross a raspberry with an American blackberry? Sounds like I was telling you some kind of joke there. What do you get when you cross this? No, genuine question. Who'd have thunk it? What fruit do you get when you cross a raspberry with an American blackberry? Question number 13. What official names are given to the people who come from the cities of Boston, Salzburg, and Venice? What are the official names given to the people who come from the cities of Boston, Salzburg, and Venice? 1 point for each. Loads of points up for grabs with these last 2 questions as well. But for question 13 again, what official names are given to the people who come from the cities of Boston, Salzburg, and Venice? Question 14. Nobel Prizes are awarded annually in which 6 categories? Nobel Prizes are awarded annually in which 6 categories? Told ya. Next question's worth 5 points as well. Stacks of points up for grabs in this round. Amy says, is that zucchini courgette in your window? Oh, no, it's a marrow. It's a marrow. My wife was walking back from work and she walks past the allotments in town because everybody's growing all their fruit and veg, and those were just going free. There was a load of them left lying around, and the owner of the allotment said, do you want some? And she walked past. She was like, all right. And then she walked through the door. I was sat here working away, and she's like, look what I got. I was like, what's that? It's a marrow. I have no idea what we're going to do with it. James says you're giving points like Tottenham are giving away leads. Hashtag too soon. Now, where's that ban from the group button? Oh, there it is. Ban from the stream, ban from the page. Goodbye. Yes, too soon. We do not talk about football here when Tottenham lose or draw. May as well have lost. It was that bad. All right, question 15. No, seriously, very funny, James. Is that a euphemism? I know, right? Question 15. According to a survey released in 2020, which 5 countries produced the most cars in 2019? According to a survey released in 2020, which 5 countries produced the most cars in 2019? 1 point for each. How is it different from a courgette? It's bigger. Like, That's ridiculous. The size of that thing. It's huge. Yeah, I don't know what we're going to do with it. Yeah, I don't. I think it's part of the same family. I'm not a massive fan of them, to be honest, so it'll probably end up blitzed up into something else to bulk out something, I don't know, or a soup or something. We'll see. Anybody need a question repeated? Let me know. Any repeats? Happy to do that for you. Thanks again to Gabriella for the Patreon sponsored question. Much appreciated. And if you didn't know, for those who are Patreons, and even if you're not, in the description of every video, as of August, I think, every Patreon that's at Top Fan Plus or above gets their name in the description as a thank you, because Top Fan Plus, you're down as producers for helping, because you back me, for helping produce the show, and then super fans are down as executive producers, so they got a little bit separation there, because they go that extra mile, that extra bit further to support me, which is amazing. So yeah, your names are there for all to see. Thank you very much for what you do. Shouldn't forget the other patrons at the £2 level, of course. Again, it's great stuff. I really appreciate it. But the higher you go, the more reward I give. So there you go. Link in the description if you want to take part in that. And it's probably a nice little segue into what I wanted to talk about in some respects, because while I'm waiting to see if you have any repeated question requests coming in, Patreon wise, I want to do a giveaway of something from my merch store for a lucky person who is a patron of mine throughout the month of December. So if you were to join in November, then you would be included in the December draw, and you would get to pick something. I don't know what the short list of items will be, but you can pick your own design, and then I'll work out what items I want to give away, and then you can have that as a prize. And it's just going to be something I do for Patreons. So if you're a patron of mine through December, as a little Christmas treat for you, I will get something from the merch store sent to you of your choosing. So that's something I wanted to tell you all about. And that'll be at any level, by the way. At any level will be included in that. Even if you're at the £2 level, every patron will be included in that draw. And then I don't know what kind of draw or competition it'll be, but I'm just going to throw it out there. That's what I'm going to do. So you want to be joining Patreon if you want to be in that, and you get other great rewards too. Diva says, great prize. Well, Diva, this is the thing. My other little announcement I wanted to make, because it's connected to that, is by the end of the month, when the next merchandise discount of 15% off everything in store happens, I am going to be launching not one, but 2 brand new designs in the merch store. And the reason I'm so annoyed that Facebook Frames wasn't working tonight is because I had them, all the pictures of the 2 new designs at the bottom of the screen, ready to show you all and to have that conversation. Sadly though, it's clearly not something I can do, but I will share pictures of them as soon after this as I can. But I've got 2 new designs, so you'll be able to pick from 4 designs now in the store, whichever ones you want, and they'll be available across all the items, most of the items, the 2 new designs. They don't work on everyone because there's something different, something I've not done before. So yeah, Divas, what? So one of them is, do we have any repeats? It's 37 points, Andy says. Yes, it is out of 37 points. Let me do the answers, and as your team scores are coming in, then I'll tell you what the designs are, so you can start to visualise what they look like. But I'm really happy with them. I'm so happy with them, in fact. So I really hope you guys like them too. Okay, here's the answers for Potluck. Question 1, which 2 colours are on the national flag of Sweden? It is blue and yellow. Blue and yellow, 1 point for each. Question 2, a mob is a gathering or collective noun for kangaroos. It's a mob of kangaroos. And to be honest, I reckon if they all charged you, you'd consider them a mob as well. They can get pretty violent. I've seen videos. Question 3, which 2 words combine to create the word manwich? It is man and sandwich. A sandwich, because a manwich is apparently a big chunky sandwich that is apparently just for men. I don't know. Don't blame me, I didn't come up with it. Question 4 is our Patreon question from Gabby. Henry VIII was laid to rest next to which of his 6 wives, who was also the only one to be given a Queen's funeral? And another little clue here. It was also Henry VIII's favourite of his 6 wives. It is the one that died, as opposed to beheaded or survived, if you remember the rhyme. It's Jane Seymour. She was the one that fathered Edward, was it? Somebody help me out here, I think. But yeah, that was his favourite. The only one to be given a Queen's funeral. Question 5. Which American state is nicknamed the Lone Star State? It is Texas. Can I repeat the answers for 2 and 4? They had Wi-Fi problems, Martin says. Yes, 2 was a mob of kangaroos and 4 was Jane Seymour. Number 5 then, the Lone Star State is Texas. Number 6, the member of the Beatles that was barefoot on the Abbey Road cover was Paul McCartney. Number 7, the NASA space projects in the correct order with the earliest manned space flight first. In the correct order is Mercury in 1961, then Gemini in 1965, then Apollo in 1968. You're welcome, Martin. That was a good guess, Remanwich, James says. Alright, question number 8. That was a name the year question. So the new Wembley Stadium opened, the smoking ban came into place in the UK, and the Simpsons movie was released. 2 points if you put 2007. If you put 2006 or 2008, give yourself 1 point for being close. Andy says, I've been away for a while. Whoa, serious beard action there, Chris. We were just talking about that earlier. It's coming along. Yeah, I started growing on January 1st, mate, and it's going all the way through the year, in case you didn't realise that. That's why. It's nothing to do with the lockdown. See, I started it way before the lockdown. I was going to do it anyway. Been planning it for a long time, actually, to do this. So, your next question was, question number 9. Madonna, Beyonce and Charlotte Church had hit singles with which crazy songs in the UK pop charts? So, for Madonna, it's Crazy For You. For Beyonce, it's Crazy in Love. And for Charlotte Church, it was Crazy Chick. Question 10. The first name of Boris Johnson's son is Wilfred. Question 11 for 5 points. The chemical symbols that spell oranges when placed next to each other were oxygen, radium, nitrogen, germanium, and sulfur. Yes, it was 3 points for question 7. Or I suppose if you only got 1 in the right place and the other 2 mixed up, then it's only 1 point. Those are the, or no points, of course, if you got them all wrong. Question 12. What fruit do you get when you cross a raspberry with an American blackberry? Well, an American blackberry is often called a dewberry. I don't know if that narrows things down for you, but the correct answer we're looking for is loganberry. Question 13. What official names are given to the people who come from the cities of Boston, Salzburg and Venice? It is Bostonian, Salzburger and Venetian. Darling, could you top me up the top, please? Thank you very much. Yes. I always remember when I got caught out on the live show before about Venetian. We were talking about needing a blind on this window here randomly. Somebody commented that I didn't have a blind for it. And then I think it was Jeff, one of the regulars from the quiz, said, how do you make a Venetian blind? Because they said they could make one. And I was like, I don't know, how do you make a Venetian blind? And he said, you poke him in the eye. Oh, I walked right into it. I still can't believe I did that. Question 14. Nobel Prizes are awarded annually in which 6 categories? They are physics, chemistry, medicine or physiology, literature, economics, and of course peace, one of the more famous ones, I believe. So physics, chemistry, medicine, literature, economics and peace for 6 points. Medicine or physiology, it's sometimes either or, you can have a point for. Question 15. According to a survey released in 2020, which 5 countries produced the most cars in 2019? They are China, USA, Japan, Germany and India. So 37 points in total. I'll say those last 5 again. China, USA, Japan, Germany and India. So tally up your scores and let me know how you did in the comments if you don't mind, guys. Let's see. Give your team name as well if you do have one. and we'll read those out. In terms of the merch, so while you're doing that, as I said, I'll tell you what the new shirts, the new logos or designs are going to be. I wanted to move away from the big quiz night in your face kind of logo with my avatar front and center and all that. I wanted to do something different because we've already got a couple of those. We've got the waffle on design, which has sold okay, and then the original one, of course, which did well when we first launched it. So these new ones are well-known phrases that I've incorporated the word quiz into. So the first one is, I quiz, therefore I am. And then it's got the little avatar of me in the corner. I quiz, therefore I am. And then the second one says, I didn't choose the quiz life chose me. And again, my little avatar in the corner. And they look great. I really am chuffed with them. So I hope when you see them, you guys like them too. They took a lot of work to get them the way I wanted them, and they're transparent background ones as well. So whichever colour shirt or whichever you order, it'll just be the letters and the avatar on it. There won't be like a border around it or any other background. It will just be those letters. So it'll look really smart, I think. And my light's doing that funny thing again. Crazy thing. So yeah, I will share the images and you can let me know what you think of them, and they'll go on sale towards the end of the month when the 15% off sale starts again. Yeah, I didn't choose the quiz life chose me. It's brilliant. And I quiz, therefore I am. Alright, here's the team scores then. So, not bad. 25 for us, says Tracy. Very well done. 26 for Diva. Let's say 27, since you got the bonus point from earlier on. 26 for half a dozen. Well done there. 30 points for Blackpool Bar Stewards. 32 points for Cell Marketeers. 27 points for Let's Get Quizzical. 29.5 for Team Bath. Yes, you are allowed a half if you got that one. On my own, 32 points as well. Amy says 23 out of 37 for Oxford, for Phoenix minus Oxford. That's a great score too. Solid 28 for Jay. Well done to James Bell there. Great score as well too. As again, really good scores all round, guys. Well done. Round number two. Round number two is a Patreon round. Let's need to get that sorted. So, yes, if you are registered at the superfan level of Patreon, you get an entire quiz round of your choosing every month guaranteed, as long as you tell me what the subject is in good time, so I can prepare it or make sure I've got one. Andy just about did that by telling me yesterday. It's the Patreon quiz night next week, so this was his last chance to do it for this month, and he just got his request in. So thank you, Andy, for being a patron of mine. Your quiz round choice was pop music trivia, therefore it is number 2 tonight. So let's see if there's any more scores that have come in. Speaking of Andy, 30 out of 37 for the Kings and Queens in black. No Sarah tonight, so we've modified it slightly while still keeping the black reference. Yes. Kings and Queens and Back in Black, 2 different teams that sometimes merge to create a super team. But here is your round. So pop music trivia, yeah, 15 questions, random pop music trivia for each, multiple points available as always, and we'll see how well you do with this one. Thanks again, Andy, for being a Patreon. So, question number 1. What do the initials R and B stand for? 1 point for the R, 1 point for the B. What do the initials R and B stand for? There's your first question. Question number 2. Which song was a UK number 1 for both Harry Nilsson and Mariah Carey? Which song was a UK number 1 for both Harry Nilsson and Mariah Carey? Okay. Question number 3. What was Kylie Minogue's debut UK hit single called? What was Kylie Minogue's debut UK hit single called? That's a tough one. That's a really tough question. actually, because I just checked. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She had five hits in that first year of her career. Well, since the first hit she had 5 in the same year. So we shall see what ones you come up with for that one. Question 4 now is for 3 points. Your first 3-pointer in this round. Brandon Flowers, Chad Kroeger, and Ricky Wilson are the lead singers of which 3 bands? Brandon Flowers, Chad Kroeger, and Ricky Wilson are the lead singers with which 3 bands? 1 point for each. I've seen all of them live back in the times where it was easy for me to go out to see gigs and festivals and stuff. Definitely prefer one over the others. James says you'd be fortunate to get that if she had 5 out in the first year. Yeah, it would be. I mean, assuming you know what the earlier songs were, I think it's probably the biggest of all of them, I think. Yeah, I'm not going to give any more clues. Brandon Flowers, Chad Kroeger, and Ricky Wilson are the lead singers with which 3 bands? 1 point for each. Oh, Amy just asked for the names again, so there you go. Brandon Flowers, Chad Kroeger, and Ricky Wilson. Question number 5. According to the song, who was more like a beauty queen from a movie scene? According to the song, who was more like a beauty queen from a movie scene? According to the song, who was more like a beauty queen from a movie scene? All right. Question number 6 now is for 2 points. Question 6. Ian Lemmy Kilminster has had UK hits with which 2 bands? Ian or Lemmy Kilminster has had UK hits with which 2 bands? Okay, question number 7 now. Question 7 for 2 more points. Name the 2 women who have sung lead vocals with Fleetwood Mac. Name the 2 women who have sung lead vocals on with Fleetwood Mac. 1 point for each. Question number 8, just for the 1 point. Question 8. Based on a novel by Roddy Doyle, Alan Parker made a film in 1991 about which Irish band? Based on a novel by Roddy Doyle, Alan Parker made a film in 1991 about which Irish band? I haven't seen the film, but their version of a particular song is one of my go-to karaoke songs. And there are some excellent songs from that film. I've never seen the actual film. Right, number 9. Question number 9. Christopher Biggie Wallace was the real name of which rapper? Christopher Biggie Wallace was the real name of which rapper? Oh, Diva says the film is brilliant. Wow, if you recommend it that highly, I must correct this and see it, hadn't I love so many of the songs, and probably all of them. I know I only listened to a handful of them, but yeah, it's one of those songs in particular, without giving too much more away, is one of the first songs I really love to sing on karaoke. God knows when I'll get to host another karaoke session with COVID-19. There's I've seen some people attempt a COVID-safe way of doing it, and it is not COVID-safe. I mean, bless them for trying, but no. Oh dear, I'll tell you about it in a minute. Question 10, number 10. Buster Bloodvessel was the lead singer with which ska band? That's a great name, isn't it? Buster Bloodvessel was the lead singer in which ska band? Yeah, the way I saw it done was they had a microphone on a microphone stand in the corner of a room, and the corner of the room had a glass or plastic shower corner kind of built around it, with a sliding door. So the singer was in like a shower booth, basically. It was literally taken from a shower, yeah, with like a curved door on the front. So they were all concealed in that booth while they were singing, and the microphone was obviously connected to the speakers outside. I think, well, that sounds okay, because that person's there and any germs they may have are staying in there and not being let out, and everybody else is miles away watching while they're up on the stage in this shower booth thing. But then you think, well, hang on a minute, karaoke isn't about one person singing, it's about everybody going up to sing. And this singer was holding the microphone, and they weren't wearing a mask, obviously, and everybody else would have gone into that booth, one after the other, to sing songs, holding the microphone, singing in the same booth, so the germs would have just stayed in there and got onto everybody. This is the worst way of trying to solve the problem. Yeah. Question 11. Eric Clapton has had UK hits as a member with which 3 bands before going solo? Eric Clapton has had UK hits as a member of which 3 bands before going solo? 1 point for each. Clapton does a version, I think it's on his own, of a song called Early in the Morning, and it's a bluesy kind of cover of a classic blues song, and it is one of the most beautiful blues songs I think I've ever heard. I could listen to it on repeat. It's absolutely amazing. Early in the Morning, it's called. Look that one up, definitely. So yeah, which 3 bands did he have UK hits with before going solo? Question 12. What was Ultravox's biggest selling UK single ever? What was Ultravox's biggest selling UK single ever? Not a fan myself. Don't mind some of their other stuff, but not that particular one. But it's their biggest song. Question 13 now. Question 13. What was the name of Wayne Fontana's backing band? What was the name of Wayne Fontana's backing band? The last 2 questions are for multiple points again, as with the last round. Question 14. What are Stock, Aitken and Waterman's first names? Famous pop music producers. What are Stock, Aitken and Waterman's first names? 1 point for each. You don't even have to marry them up with the right surnames, to be honest. Just guess 3 first names if you haven't got a clue. Stock, Aitken and Waterman. What are their first names? 1 point for each. 1 more question to go in this round, so be thinking of what repeats you might like. And I need to get everything ready for all the old sound effects, so it's all ready to go for the Family Fortunes Our Survey Says round coming up after this. Oh, we like the old sound effects. I've got them, so may as well use them. James says Ultravox are fab. Well, I'm sure, I mean, some of the songs like I said, I do like, but the answer to this question, their biggest song, I really don't like it. Really don't like it. Yeah. Alright, your last question is for 5 points. Who performed on the 2001 version of Lady Marmalade? It was off the Moulin Rouge soundtrack. Who performed on the 2001 version of Lady Marmalade? 5 different acts. Name them for 1 point each. Any repeats, let me know in the comments. I'll gladly go over a couple of those questions for you. But that does conclude the pop music trivia round. Thank you again to Andy for being a Patreon super fan of mine. Much appreciated. All the Patreon funds are going into a savings account, and all the money I make in general from doing this, it's all going into a savings account so I can put money towards, well, the main one I want to do is to get a new laptop so I can do my own fancy graphics and things around the screen and not have to rely on Facebook's ridiculous unreliability. So it's all going to be reinvested back into bringing you a better product here. Chris says number 8, please. Okay, so Blackpool Bar Stewards. Number 8 was based on a novel by Roddy Doyle. Alan Parker made a film in 1991 about which Irish band? Martin says question 2. Which song was a UK number 1 for both Harry Nilsson and Mariah Carey? Tracy says, wasn't the Ultravox song kept off the number 1 spot by Joe Dolce, Shut Up in Your Face? Oh, I really hope that's true. That would be so funny. Oh, it's my sister. Everybody say hi to Becky. My sister's watching for a bit. Thank you for joining. Hope you're well. I saw your Instagram post earlier. That was great. Yeah. But miss you guys. James says, I don't care about your comments. They mean nothing to me. Only joking. Surely you don't love Ultravox as much as you love Erasure, though, James. Come on. You can't be that passionate about them, surely. Oh, they were kept off. James is saying it's true. Oh, and Eric as well is confirming it's true. That is so funny. Man, that's a really good bit of trivia. I should use that in a quiz sometime. And now you all know the answers, so I'm not going to get to use it. Shut Up in Your Face. Great song. That's funny. Okay, any more repeats of this round of pop music trivia before we go through the answers? No, I'm not as passionate, James says. Okay, all right. Good. I much prefer Erasure's songs as well. Obviously, now I've said that. Although one of the songs from Ultravox was on Grand Theft Auto Vice City soundtrack, I think. I can't remember which one it was. Let me see if I can find it. I'm going to go through the answers now anyway whilst I'm doing that. Any more repeats, let me know. Range, Monument. Oh, there might be 2. There might be 2. Yeah, might be a couple of Ultravox songs. Okay, alright, I'm not going to say what they are though, because one of them might give you some clues. But let me go through the answers now and we'll see. But that song based in Austria is an absolute classic. Yeah. Alright, question 1. What do the initials R&B stand for then? For 2 points, it is Rhythm and Blues. Question 2. Which song was a UK number 1 for both Harry Nilsson and Mariah Carey? It's Without You. Question 3. What was Kylie Minogue's debut UK hit single called? It's I Should Be So Lucky was her first one. Question 4. Brandon Flowers, Chad Kroeger and Ricky Wilson are the lead singers of which 3 bands? So Brandon Flowers is the lead singer of The Killers. Another one, I love singing their songs karaoke too, actually. Quite a few of theirs I like. And Chad Kroeger is Nickelback. Another one, again, I love singing some of their songs. And Ricky Wilson is from the Kaiser Chiefs. Kaiser Chiefs. Question 5, according to the song, who was more like a beauty queen from a movie scene? Those are lyrics from Billie Jean, Michael Jackson's hit song Billie Jean. Question 6, Lemmy, Ian Kilminster, has had UK hits with which 2 bands? Well, Motorhead, most famously. I'm sure most of you got that one. But he was also in Hawkwind. Hawkwind for a second point. Question 7, the 2 women who have sung lead vocals with Fleetwood Mac, Chrissy McVie and Stevie Nicks. I have a clue to the Kylie one, but no one picked up on it. You gave a clue to the... Yeah, you did. I know. And I read it out, and I was like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have read it out, but it's too late by that point. Yeah, they would have to have been lucky, and maybe they were. So for Fleetwood Mac, it's Chrissy McVie and Stevie Nicks for 2 points. Question 8. The novel that was by Roddy Doyle. Led to an Alan Parker film in 1991 about which Irish band they are. The Commitments. Mustang Sally was the song I was talking about. Question 9. Christopher Biggie Wallace was the real name for which rapper? It is Notorious B.I.G. or Biggie Smalls. But Notorious B.I.G. was, I think, the name he was most famous for. Question 10. Buster Bloodvessel was the lead singer of which ska band? It was Bad Manners. Question 11. Eric Clapton has had UK hits as a member of which 3 bands before going solo? It's Cream, Derek and the Dominoes, and Yardbirds, or the Yardbirds. Question 12. What was Ultravox's biggest selling UK single ever? It is Vienna. I just don't like it. Don't like it. Question 13. What was the name of Wayne Fontana's backing band? It was Wayne Fontana and the Mindbenders. Question 14. What are Stock, Aitken and Waterman's Christian names or first names? They are Michael Stock, Matthew Aitken and Pete Waterman or Peter Waterman. And the last question before I get to your comments, the last question. Who performed on the 2001 version of Lady Marmalade for the Moulin Rouge soundtrack? Christina Aguilera, Lil Kim, Maya, Pink, and Missy Elliott. Well, Missy Elliott kind of opened it and closed it, but the main vocalists were the other 4. But still, for 5 points, Christina Aguilera, Lil Kim, Maya, Pink, and then Missy Elliott. Tracy says we saw Kaiser Chiefs supporting the Foo Fighters and couldn't wait for them to get off so we could get to the main attraction. Not a fan, apart from maybe 2 songs. Yeah, do you know, when I saw Kaiser Chiefs, they were supporting at Reading Festival and they were supporting Franz Ferdinand, who for some reason were the headline act on one particular day. And Kaiser Chiefs were amazing. They got the crowd going, they had everybody cheering and getting involved with all the songs. Franz Ferdinand came on, basically played all their songs without any interaction, without getting the crowd going or anything at all. And then played Take Me Out, which they like their big song, and that was about all she wrote. You know, they were rubbish. And everybody was just saying after that, Kaiser Chiefs should have headlined. They were so much better. But I totally get wanting to see the Foo Fighters, because they're even better. Definitely. Love Foo Fighters. James says the synths on Vienna are amazing. I know. But it's art, and all art is subjective, and I don't really like that particular song. I get it. I get why people do like it, but it's not for me. 20 points for Blackpool Bar Stewards. That's a good score. 20 for Team Bath as well. 15 for Diva. Great score as well. Well done. I didn't give you a total there. I don't know if Andy was keeping track tonight of how many points were in that one. Tracy says Foo Fighters were amazing. Yeah, I think I've seen them. I want to say I've seen them twice. I saw the All My Life tour. That was at Wembley Arena. I saw them there. That was phenomenal. And then I'm sure I've seen them at Reading at least, maybe twice actually at Reading. They were always at Reading, early 2000s. I remember. I've seen them. I'm sure it's at least twice. 21 points for Tracy. Amy says 7 for Phoenix minus Oxford, and only because the spouse walked in before you'd read the Clapton answers. Oh, bless. 25 out of 27 for the Royal House of Black. Sarah is back. Excellent. Welcome, Sarah. Martin says 20 points for Let's Get Quizzical. On my own, 18 points. Got distracted by Vienna. Amy says, I lied. 8 points. Yes, every point counts. So definitely do double check. Give yourself an extra point if needed. 25 for Cell Marketeers, mainly Roz, I'm sure. Peter on his own got 16 points. Nobody else helped. Nobody else could help. Wow. Okay, but this is why you have a team. You're always better off with a team in pub quizzes, because then you've got more minds coming together, different specialist subjects. The best teams have a good mix of different subjects throughout. Just ask Cell Marketeers what happened on Roz's birthday quiz night. Roz is a bit good with her music trivia. Very good, in fact. Okay, that's good. Any more scores? Bring them in. And we're going to move on to the Family Fortunes, our survey says, round. At the end of the quiz, remember, I will be sharing and have set, I will prepared tonight, be proud of me, I prepared for 9:30 for the picture round to be automatically posted. Your celebrity zombies picture round. It's a bit gruesome, but hey, Halloween's on the way, and because we're not doing a quiz next Tuesday, unless you are one of the Patreons, I thought I'd start sharing Halloween stuff now. I will probably share more Halloween stuff on Halloween itself, or closer to the time anyway, just because 'tis the season. Why not? Oh, Tracy's talking about Dave Grohl. Oh, I need to read that. Yeah. But yeah. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. That'll be posted at 8:30 on the dot, and then do put your answers in the 9:30 it'll be posted. But do put your answers in the comments there, and I'll share the actual answers in the comments later on too. Tracy says, Dave Grohl broke his leg the night after we saw them, but carried on the tour. Legend, excuse the pun, leg end. Yes, I saw that. Yeah, I heard it happen, and then I saw some like amateur footage of it happening that was shared on social media. He is an absolute legend. A legend. He and Green Day are brilliant for this kind of stuff, where they'll call up somebody from the crowd who plays an instrument or can sing their songs really well, and they'll get to come up and play with the band. It's amazing. Green Day used to do it, but they called up somebody who could play the drums, somebody who could play bass, somebody who could play guitar, and then Billy Joe would sing the song while the rest of the band played. It's unbelievable when I've seen that happen. So cool. Roz says, thanks for your kind words, but my team definitely did contribute there. It wasn't just me at all. Oh, you're too nice. You're too nice. I'm sure they think the opposite. But well done. Again, you're a great team. Okay, that's the end of that round. Family Fortunes round number 3. In case you don't know, this is very similar to our survey says questions from the Family Fortunes or Family Feud TV show. I'll ask you questions from the survey. I have the top 5 answers from the survey in front of me here. If you guess the top answer for a question, you get 5 points, running down through the scores 4, 3, 2, and 1 point for the least popular answer. Okay, and what I will do is, once we get through to doing the answers, you'll hear this if when you get to the top answer. But remember, if you give me an answer and it's not one of the top 5, you get nothing for that question. Okay? So you only need to guess what you think the top answer is. 5 points if you get that one. James says there is a big Erasure special coming up on Voyager Radio over the Halloween period with Steve Dinsdale. Check it out, folks. They did a song called Dead of Night, which is fabulous and always gets played over the Halloween period. Do you know, I don't know that song, but I'm always keen to find new songs to play over Halloween, because there's only so many times you can play Thriller and Monster Mash at a Halloween disco, for example. I'm not going to be doing Halloween disco this year. Might not even be doing a quiz if we go into a circuit breaker lockdown kind of thing. But I'm always keen to discover new songs to play over the Halloween period that are connected to it. And I've not heard that one, so that's good knowledge. Thank you. Right, question number 1 in Family Fortunes. Our survey says, name a sport you can play together with your partner. Name a sport you could play together with your partner. What do you think the top answer could be from our survey? Name a sport you could play together with your partner. James says, keep calm and listen in. We'll be adding this to its playlist. Absolutely, James. Yeah, I look forward to hearing it on there as well. I've got a few to catch up on, I think, some of your shows. Question 2. Name an activity that uses 2 or more balls. Name an activity that uses 2 or more balls. Why are you all laugh reacting at that question? That is question number 2 for you in the Family Fortunes round. Question number 3. Name a well-known person who's named Olivia. Name a well-known person who's named Olivia. Question number 4 now. Question 4. Name an animal that has no legs. Name an animal that has no legs. All right, question number 5 now. Question 5. Name a type of bag. Name a type of bag for question 5. Question number 6 now. Question number 6. Name something that changes from green to yellow. Name something that changes from green to yellow. Question number 7. Name something that's used by a magician. Name something that's used by a magician. Question number 8 now. Question 8. Name a dinosaur that featured in the original Jurassic Park. Name a dinosaur that featured in the original Jurassic Park. That is a great movie. Classic. None of the ones since have been anywhere near as good as that. Although I do get enjoyment out of all of them, in fairness. Some more than others. But the first one, so good. Question number 9. Name a well-known British business tycoon who was regularly featured on TV. Name a well-known British business tycoon who was regularly featured on TV. Question number 10. Number 10, name an eco-friendly source of renewable energy. Name an eco-friendly source of renewable energy. What could be the top answer from our survey for that question? Five more questions to go. Question 11. Name a language other than English taught in schools. Name a language other than English taught in schools. Should stress this is these are all questions taken from the British version of Family Fortunes. So for the benefit of anybody watching from overseas, you have to think along those lines rather than what may be true for your country. Question 12. Name a legendary British rock band. Name a legendary British rock band. Question 13. Name a part of the human body that's often mentioned in love songs. Name a part of the human body that's often mentioned in love songs. Question 14, your penultimate question of the night. Name an annual awards ceremony held by the music industry. Name an annual awards ceremony held by the music industry. And your final question. Your final question is this, question 15. Name somebody associated with Popeye the Sailor Man. Name somebody associated with Popeye the Sailor Man. Let me know if you need a question repeated. One thing I wanted to talk about before we all say our goodbyes after this show is with the continued discussions and rumours in Parliament over here about a circuit breaker. It would mean that if it happened, pubs would be closed across England completely for 2 weeks, as the latest rumours currently stand. I don't know if it's going to happen, but if it did happen, it would mean the pub would be closed, so I couldn't be doing my quiz nights there. So I'd like to know from people watching now, and I suppose from the wider audience as well, maybe I'll ask that question in the top fan group as well. What would you like to see happen on my Big Quiz Night in page in the event that I wasn't for, say, four to six quiz nights working on the Thursdays and Sundays? You know, do I go live? The extreme I could go to is being live here Tuesdays, Thursdays and Sundays, because I'd be working those nights anyway. I'd have a quiz to do anyway, so it could be done in theory. Or would you like me to do just the Tuesdays and not do anything Thursdays and Sundays, or share some stuff Thursdays and Sundays? What would be your thoughts on that? Because I think if I ended up doing all three for a couple of weeks, I don't know how much of an audience I'd get on maybe this one, for example. So I don't know whether it'd be worth it. Maybe it would. But you're watching now. Most of you watch every Tuesday. What do you think about that idea? And in addition to that, if you want any repeats, let me know. If not, I'll go through the answers. But I'll give you a minute to think about that one as well before we go. James, thanks for sending that over. James has just sent me the Dead of Night song from Erasure to look at. And yes, I do have Spotify, so I'll be adding that to my list. Thank you. Excellent. Okay, so when I go through the answers, I will go through from the least popular answer of 1 point up to the top answer of 5 points. And obviously all the points in between, so 1 through to 5, depending on which answer you put. Alternatively, you get nothing if it's not one of those 5 answers. Jenny says back to Tuesday and Sunday, I think. Well, originally it was Thursdays and Sundays, and I went to Tuesdays on Facebook Live when I went back to the pub on Thursdays and Sundays. So if your vote is for going back to Thursdays and Sundays and not doing Tuesdays anymore, then yeah, it could be done. Ed says 3 is a lot. Back to the traditional 2. We, Tuesday, all come from the Thursday and Sunday casts anyhow. Yeah, true. Tracy says, how about keeping Tuesday and doing one other night and you have the other one off? We'd watch as much as we can. Yeah, that's not a bad shout. Yeah. I don't want to mix it up. I don't want to mix it up too much because I'm conscious of the fact that with all this, with the whole pandemic and the reason I'm doing all these, it's chopped and changed quite a lot already. You know, it used to be Thursdays and Sundays, and then it was Tuesdays, and I used to walk us from the pub, and then sometimes from home, and yeah, and now it's settled back down again. But it could now, for at least 2 weeks, go back to how it used to. James says, I missed the news when I put the Erasure link up. What was the news, please? James says, we will play. James, it's basically, if we had a circuit breaker of 2 weeks where the pubs were shut again, completely shut, then I couldn't be at the pub doing the quiz. So what would you like to see on this page from me? Should I go back to doing Thursdays and Sundays? Should I do Tuesdays, Thursdays, Sundays? Should I just stick to Tuesdays? It'd probably only be for those 2 weeks, because as soon as the pubs open up again, I'm back there. So just your thoughts in general would be appreciated. Andy says, I like Tracy's plan. Patreon next Tuesday. It would be 2 per week like the old days. Not too much for you. Yeah. So then it's, if I did 2 per week over those 2 weeks, would I do a Thursday or a Sunday? I want to do whichever one would draw the biggest crowd, you know, really. obviously. Do you want the nights off, like a tiny holiday for you? Yeah. Depends when it happens. I've got some time booked off anyway soon. Next week, actually, for my day job. I haven't seen any repeats coming, guys, so I'm just going to go through the answers. We can carry on talking about it. Really sorry I got to dash off. Brilliant quiz as always. See you next time. Yeah, no worries, James. Take care, mate. So here's the answers then. Let's do that, and then if one of you hang on for a little bit longer, we can talk a bit more. The picture round's going to be posted any minute. So, for question 1, name a sport you can play together with your partner. We have cycling for 1 point, squash, golf, tennis for 4, but the top answer is badminton. Question 2, name an activity that uses 2 or more balls. We have pinball, bowls, juggling, snooker, but the top answer, pool. Question 3, name a well-known person who's named Olivia. This is where you know that we've surveyed an eclectic mix of people, or rather, there were surveyed an eclectic mix of people. Olivia Dukakis, Lawrence Olivia, I think they mean Olivier, right? But it's there, there's a survey, for 2 points. Olivia de Havilland for 3. Olivia Colman for 4. The top answer, though, is Olivia Newton-John. Question 4, name an animal that has no legs. We have a slug, snails, worms, fish. The top answer is snake. Question 5, name a type of bag. We have a sleeping bag, a tea bag, paper bag, shopping bag, and the top answer for 5 points, handbag. Question 6, name something that changes from green to yellow. We have grass, traffic lights, peppers, bananas, and the top answer, leaves. Question 7, name something that's used by a magician. We have a saw, a rabbit, a magic wand, a top hat for 4 points, but the top answer for 5 is playing cards. Question 8, name a dinosaur that features in Jurassic Park. We have the Brachiosaurus, the Stegosaurus, Triceratops for 3 points, T-Rex for 4. The top answer, though, is the Velociraptor. Why did that stop working? There we go, Velociraptor. Question 9, name a well-known British business tycoon who was regularly featured on TV. We have Richard Branson, Theo Paphitis, Peter Jones, Duncan Bannatyne. The top answer, though, is Alan Sugar. Question 10, name an eco-friendly source of renewable energy. We have geothermal energy for 1 point, hydroelectric for 2, wave power for 3, wind power for 4 points. Top answer is solar power, or solar energy. Question 11, name a language other than English taught in school. We have Arabic, Welsh, in Wales, German, Spanish. The top answer, though, is French. Question 12, name a legendary British rock band. We have The Who, Queen for 2 points, Rolling Stones for 3, Pink Floyd for 4, but the top answer is Led Zeppelin. Question 13, name a part of a human body that's often mentioned in love songs. Arms, legs, lips for 3 points, eyes for 4. The top answer is heart. I'm pretty sure there's at least one Bon Jovi song that has all of those mentioned in one song. All of them. Question 14, name an annual awards ceremony held by the music industry. We have the MTV Awards, Mercury Prize, Mobies, Grammys, and the top answer is Brit Awards. And question 15, name somebody associated with Popeye the Sailor Man. We have Poop Deck Pappy, Sweet Pea, Wimpy, Bluto, and the top answer is, of course, olive oil. There we go. Let me know if you need anything repeated. James says Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday would be great. Wow, at least I've got at least one person down for that. Yeah, we shall see. We shall see. Yeah, I've definitely got a lot to think about, and I need to be mindful of it, because it could be a case of it happening, being announced and happening immediately or the next day. So, yeah, it's good to get different opinions on it. I mean, I wouldn't mind a night off. Don't get me wrong, I wouldn't mind one. But I've got to do what's right for this channel as well. Could I repeat 5 and 6? Yes, I could. 5 and 6 were name a type of bag for number 5, sleeping for 1 point, then tea bag, paper, shopping, and handbag was the top answer. For number 6, it was grass, traffic lights, peppers, bananas for 4 points, leaves for 5. Chris says, I think you should have Sundays off. That's very kind of you. I was thinking the same, actually. Do Tuesdays and Thursdays and then have Sunday off. Yeah. With it being a school night. I mean, Thursdays, they're all school nights, but Sundays in particular. Might be nice to not do that one. Let's see. We shall see. 67 points for Blackpool Bar Stewards. 61 points for Diva, 66 for Team Bath. Diva agrees, thinks I should have Sunday off. That's very kind of you. Tracy says, good scores for us tonight, lots of top answers, 66 points. Very good. 65 for Cell Marketeers. Andy says, thank you, you're welcome. Martin says 63 for Let's Get Quizzical. Good score again. Excellent stuff, guys. Remember that picture round's dropping in about 10 minutes time. Do you know, I didn't get any comments on the Twitter one I did last time. I don't know, does that mean you don't like it? I might do that one again if people don't like it. Have a look if you missed it, last week's picture round. Twitter, if movie characters could tweet, what would they tweet and who would it be, you know? So have a look at that if you didn't already, because normally I get responses from people on it. I'm not worried if you don't want to respond to it, but I would like to know if it's something you'd like, and maybe I could do something like that in the future. James says, on my own, 68 guns. 68 points. Excellent score. Well done. I think that's the highest score, isn't it? Oh, yes. You are currently in the lead. Well done there. Junior says, thanks, Chris. Yeah, I want to say a big thank you again. Check the picture I shared earlier on across all my social media channels. Half a dozen sent me the most amazing collection of like shortbread and chocolatey kind of treats as a thank you for what I've been doing here. Shared with both children and my wife, of course. Absolutely delicious stuff. And a bottle of wine coming too, apparently. I don't ask for any of this, but I really do appreciate it. Thank you. Tracy says, I thought the tweets round was hard. Oh, really? Okay. All right. That's good feedback if you thought it was tough. Amy says 62 out of 75. For that tycoon question, I only knew the 1-pointer. Wow. Okay. Interesting. Alan Sugar presented the Apprentice UK version. So he was the equivalent for Donald Trump for our version of the show. And he used to be the owner of Tottenham Hotspur Football Club, which I support. Thankfully, he's not anymore. Maggie May, 60 points, all alone again, but that's a great score. Well done. James says, thanks very much for the quiz once again. Next week, guys, it is a Patreon-only quiz night, so I won't be here on Facebook Live, but then I will be back again after that through November. Please do join my Patreon if you want to be involved in those quiz nights. You get to win your own little quiz rounds as prizes, and who knows, maybe more in the future as well. And that's the last Tuesday of every month. So yes, and this one I think I'm going to have to Halloween it up a bit, aren't I? Because it will be just days before Halloween. So look forward to that. If you are a Patreon at the Top Fan Plus level or above, and do join my Patreon, the link's in the description. You can also support Secret Santa 365, the link's in the description there too. And indeed, any other way of supporting me is there as well. Follow me on social media. Hope you've all enjoyed the quiz. Thank you for joining my Tuesday faithful crowd. Much appreciated. And yeah, stay safe if I don't speak to you sooner. And thanks as always, Martin says. Chris, great fun. See you all. And Patreon's next Tuesday. Yeah, absolutely. Au revoir, indeed. Really enjoyed tonight's quiz, says Tracy. Thanks as always. Good night, everyone. Yes, lovely comments, guys. Keep them coming in. I'll respond to any ones that I can as well. Look forward to seeing your replies to the picture round as the Celebrity Zombies round, which is particularly gruesome, but pretty cool at the same time. And yeah, look forward to also pictures of the new merch, which I'm going to share in just a moment across everywhere, basically. You guys are awesome. Take care of yourselves. Stay safe. I'll see you same time next time for more of the same fun. Cheers. Good night.